two words again, organic farming system or organic product. Product is an end produce of the organic farming system. Okay. So during this whole course, we will be talking more on organic farming system rather than the organic products. We are not going to discuss what are all the organic products obtained from the livestock farming. We are talking about only the production system. Okay. So let us see what exactly organic means. In true sense, if you go with the organic chemistry, the word organic means which derives its name from the fact that the carbon compounds were considered to have originated in living organisms. इसलिए हम कहते हैं anything we say organic, they are more near to the nature. It is not the formed one. It is not the created one. It is not the synthesized one, which occurs naturally. So any organic compounds which are derived from the living organisms generally will have a carbon-hydrogen covalent bond. They exist together. Carbon-hydrogen exist together. They are not created or made or synthesized. Contrary or conversely, inorganic compounds means they are derived from the non-living components and generally have a ionic bonds which lack carbon-hydrogen bonds, and rarely, if it is present, it's very rare. So what does it mean? Covalent means ionic bond. What does it mean? Ionic bond means, so these are created bonds. Suppose if you take sodium chloride, namak, salt, sodium आप लिया, chloride लिया, combine करके sodium chloride बना दिया. That is a synthesized. Whereas anything if it occurs naturally, which you call as a covalent bonds. They are not synthesized, but they are obtained from the living organisms. Okay. So that's why when you say organic system means it's a naturally existing. A person, if you call him as is a organic in nature means he is trying to use more of natural product or produce. Okay. This is the basic difference between the organic and inorganic word per se. So when you say organic, the term reflects something very close to nature, more close to the tradition, more close to the ethics. And what you get in the nature, it's naturally of high quality. That will not affect your health because those products, what you are calling them as organic, they are naturally occurring. And once you try to consume, so they are naturally, they are going to be digested or absorbed or utilized in the body in a natural way. Body system, you need not struggle much to use these products. So that's why such products, we call them as the healthy products. And they naturally exist in the environment and they remain as a ecosystem. Okay. So all what you call it as organic products are produced. Okay. They are naturally occurring. So that is about the organic word. Now, since under this course we have to discuss on organic livestock farming, but straight away this organic livestock farming did not came to the practice. Okay, first agriculture came, then livestock came. Okay, but how this organic agriculture farming system evolved? Let us see. Since the old age farming, what we call it as a traditional farming, by default, it was an organic farming. We all know that in the tribal area, even till date, they follow the shift cultivation. Okay, wherein एक जगह में agriculture इस साल करेंगे, फिर एक साल छोड़ेंगे, उसको दूसरे जगह में जाएंगे. So indirectly, they are trying to maintain the nutrient in the soil by shifting from one area to another area. क्योंकि लगातार उसी एरिया में करेंगे, there will be nutrient loss, yield कम होगा. Which is called as a shift cultivation. क्योंकि उनके पास कोई external input नहीं है. So that's why by default, old age farming system was an organic farming. तो आज भी कहते हैं जहां भी hilly states है, जो लोग ज्यादा मॉडर्नाइजेशन नहीं हुए हैं, by default it is called as organic farming. But that organic farming changed to modern farming or commercial farming. How this has evolved. So that's what we are going to discuss in the historical background. Okay. During 1813, by Davy, he wrote a book called Elements of Agricultural Chemistry. Since he was a chemistry person, he understands what is organic and inorganic chemistry. During his book, he expressed something about the inorganic minerals, how the use of these inorganic minerals will help in the increment of the agriculture produce. So in his book, he explained application of these inorganic. Maybe it can be a NPK, the most common nutrients required for the agriculture. He explained these inorganic minerals, if you use in your crop, it will increase your crop yield. So that motivated the people who had access to this knowledge. जो लोग इस किताब को पढ़ा और वो they started exploring the use of inorganic minerals. When they started using all these type of minerals, inorganic minerals, they started getting good yield, and later it led to a modern commercial farm, wherein they purely depend on the inorganic minerals. This went on, this went on, this went on. So at one time, again we realized that somewhere we are losing our old traditional system, which is causing the havoc in the nature, to the environment, to the health of the people. From the modern farming, again we started going towards the organic farming. So how this has started? Again, it's due to the writing of a book by Rudolf Steiner in his book Anthroposophy about biodynamics in agriculture. In his book, he explains how the biodynamics works for the agriculture. Gomutra, or you can say vermicompost, which works under the concept of biodynamics. By use of this vermicompost, by avoiding inorganic minerals, also will increase the agriculture yield. We all know it. Since that compost is organic in nature, and in the natural farming, the main constraint was the low yield. So through this book, when he explained that how with the help of biodynamics, we can make the waste into a good value product by the process of biodynamics, which will further increase the agriculture yield. Okay. And that was explained by another scientist, Albert Howard. Similarly, in 1940, the word organic by Northbourne in his book, that book is called Look to the Land. In his book, he explains the word organic is nothing but a living entity. His intention was not simply referring to organic inputs such as compost, but rather to the concept of managing a farm as an integrated. So these three persons, Rodolph, Albert, and Northbourne, so they motivated or they changed the concept of modern farming to organic farming. Okay. So later we call another two persons who equally contributed or in popularizing the organic farming. They are Mac Harrison and Albert Steiner. These two persons, we call them as the organic pioneers because they tried to popularize the same biodynamics or use of agriculture waste as a manure to produce the organic produce. So through them, this organic farming popularized among the public from the modern farming. So I explained in the chronological way. Okay. See, from 1840 to 1924, it was a modern farming. Again, gradually we shifted to organic farming. It does not mean that modern farming does not exist. It do exist. Parallelly, the concept of organic farming started. Okay. So another person, Hans and Maria Müller from Switzerland, they are also pioneers in organic farming techniques. The previously three persons whom I took the names, only they explained the concept. They did not do any agriculture. अपनी बुक में बायोडायनेमिक्स के बारे में जिक्र किया, किसी ने वेस्ट के बारे में जिक्र किया, किसी ने वर्क ऑर्गेनिक के बारे में उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया. बट टेक्निक्स कैसे करना है, करने से कैसे एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस होगा, दैट वाज एक्सप्लेन्ड बाय Hans and Mary Muller from the Switzerland. Okay. In the meantime, there was another book released by Carson in his Silent Spring, which is the key turning point for the modern organic farming. इसीलिए हम लोग आप पीछे देखेंगे तो मैक कैरिसन एंड आल्बर्ट स्टेनर के साथ साथ he is also one of the key persons who contributed to the organic farming. Okay, and this movement became more formalized in 1970 with the adaptation of the trademark Bioland, now largest certifier in Germany. जब a company, by giving the certificate, by ensuring the methodology of producing the organic product, by giving the certificate, and it got a momentum among the public, and which sensitized the mind of the people. Okay, so later which led to the formation of another organization, that is International Federation of Agriculture Movement, that is IFO, 1972 in France. So likewise, this, if you see the history from the old age farming to modern farming and further to organic farming system, which gradually led to the formation of a federation, which is called as IFO. Okay. So now what is organic farming? Still we are not talking about the livestock or agriculture. Simply we are talking about organic farming. Okay. So organic farming is a holistic production management system which promotes and enhances the agro-ecosystem health, including biodiversity, biological cycles, and soil biological activity. It means that whatever the farming system you are going to do it, it will maintain the biodiversity. मतलब जो ecosystem होगा उसको maintain करेंगे. Means the crops, okay, the any plant produce or anything you do which is suitable to that climate. It is not that जो crop वहां नहीं होगा आप लाके यहाँ नया ट्रायल एंड करेंगे. जो existing होगा उसी को आप उसी से करेंगे. That's called biodiversity. Biological cycles. You are not going to make any changes in the system of occurring ecosystem which is there, and thereby you maintain the biological activity. So that's why it's called as a holistic production management system which produces the agro-ecosystem. So now agriculture organic farming. पहले हमने word organic के बारे में जिक्र किया. So how the conventional farming became a organic farming based on the history we discussed. Okay. Then I told simply organic farming system. So now it is organic agriculture farming system. Though our motto is organic livestock farming, but without knowing the organic agriculture farming, we cannot make organic livestock farming. So that is pre-dependent on the organic agriculture farming. Okay. So to state organic livestock farming, on the other hand, it is defined as a system of livestock production that promotes the use of organic and biodegradable inputs from the ecosystem in terms of animal nutrition, animal health, animal housing, and breeding. Means here the same definition holds good, but only thing is in the context of livestock. In the constant context of livestock. Okay. So altogether, you are going to promote and use the organic and biodegradable inputs from the same ecosystem. Okay. With respect to nutrition, animal health, animal house, and animal breeding. Okay. So now let us see the definitions. So whenever we define any terminologies, always we make a relativity. Suppose अगर आप behavior डिफाइन करना इन व्हाट पर्सपेक्टिव, बिहेवियर विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू फिजियोलॉजी, behavior with respect to ethology, behavior with respect to any other context. Okay, the definition change hoga. Similarly, here also definition has been given by different organizations in their own view. Okay, so let us take one by one. So one organization which is governed by FAO, that is Codex, okay, which states that organic agriculture is a holistic production management system which promotes and enhances the agroecosystem health, including biodiversity, biological cycles, and soil biological activities. What we defined here. Okay, that is the same definition taken from the Codex. Okay, so another organization which talks with respect, because Codex with respect to FAO. Okay, this IFOM with respect to organic farming. Okay, it's in a what you can say. Another organization exclusively dedicated for the organic agriculture farming. Okay, so this is nothing but a definition which indirectly states the same thing. Let us take it. Organic agriculture unites all agriculture systems that maintain ecologically, socially, and economically advisable agriculture production system. So here also same thing, but in a different perspective. Here in the system, they encourage the use of natural potentials of the plants, animals, and landscapes and are aimed at the agriculture practices harmonization with the environment. जो भी करना है उस एरिया के हिसाब से, सुटेबिलिटी के हिसाब से, लैंडस्केप के हिसाब से करना चाहिए. Let us take example. Nowadays so many commercial flowers are there, fruits are there. जो टेम्परेट क्लाइमेट में होना चाहिए वो हम लोग ट्रॉपिकल क्लाइमेट में भी ग्रो कर रहे हैं by providing the suitable environment, which is not recommended or which is not advisable here. जो नेचुरल है, जो नेचुरली एग्जिस्ट करता है, उसी जगह में करना है और ऑन दैट सूट टू द लैंडस्केप्स. अगर हिली टेरेन में होने वाला क्रॉप्स है तो हिली टेरेन में यूज करना चाहिए, जो प्लेन में यूज होने वाला उसी प्लेन में यूज करना चाहिए, सो दैट इट इज हार्मोनाइज्ड विद द एनवायरमेंट. दिस इज व्हाट IFOM says. IFOM is nothing but International Federation Organization for the Organic Agriculture Movement. Okay, this is formed in 1972, which I told you in the beginning just here. Okay, IFOM, which formed in 1972 in the France. So another definition, that is United States Department of Agriculture. It states that organic farming is a system which avoids or largely excludes the use of synthetic inputs. Synthetic means again inorganic, जैसे पहले ही बताया था, which involves the ionic bonds. Okay, to the maximum extent feasible, rely upon crop rotation, crop residues, animal manures, off-farm organic waste, mineral grade rock additives, and biological system of nutrient mobilization and plant protection. So here also it indirectly states that you try to avoid all the inorganic compounds. You try to rely on your own agriculture, crop residues, animal manures, off-farm organic waste. अगर आपको खरीदना भी है, again that should be organic based. Minerals भी देना है, that should be naturally graded rock sorts. So as for FAO, again, organic agriculture is a unique production management system which promotes and enhances the agro-ecosystem health, including biodiversity, biological cycles, and soil biological activity, and with this accomplished by using on-farm agronomics, biological and mechanical methods in exclusion of synthetic off-farm inputs. Again, the definitions are different, but the content or the information is more or less same. But anyway, you have to remember definition as per the organizations. Okay, sometimes in the exam also they ask accordingly. So at this junction, you need to understand one more terminologies, that is natural farming. एक हो गया ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, दूसरा हो गया नेचुरल फार्मिंग, तीसरा हो गया कन्वेंशनल लाइवस्टॉक फार्मिंग और कन्वेंशनल फार्मिंग फॉर दैट मैटर. ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत डिफरेंशिएशन होना चाहिए, बिकॉज आपका सिलेबस में इट इज ओनली टू asked us to discuss difference between organic farming, conventional farming. Conventional farming is nothing but a modern agriculture farm. Okay, but here I would like to make little difference from the natural farming. Okay. Is it same? Certainly it is not same. Okay. So, but does it make any difference? Just I'll take an example. Okay, this is our first class. This is altogether about this organic livestock farming. So during this class, I would be covering historical background and origin of organic livestock farming or organic agriculture farming. We will also discuss how organic livestock farming is different than the conventional livestock farming. If you see the title of this course, organic livestock farming, which involves three terminologies: organic, livestock, and farming. Okay. Farming means, for that matter, it's a system wherein it involves step-by-step procedure or methodologies to produce something. If it's agriculture, then it's a agriculture farming system. If it's a livestock farming system. So in addition to the agriculture or livestock farming, there is a prefix word called organic. So let us see word organic. What does it mean? Very frequently use this word organic. Okay. May not be in this course, but as a general, okay. He is so organic. That system is so organic. I want to be organic. His nature is organic. Like that, we try to use every now and then the word organic. Okay. Here, organic means we just to understand that we are more near to the nature. More simply form, more straightforward, is trying to use the natural products. So to simplify that, anything which is conventional or inheritable system, we call it as organic. So when you say organic, there are two websites. One is our website, that is Department of Agriculture and Farming Welfare, where ICR is gone. Okay, in which also there are links. Okay, one is for the organic farming, another is for the natural farming. Okay, so there is a minor difference between natural farming and this one. Okay, concept of natural farming, just for understanding. Okay, not for anything else. Concept of natural farming is nothing but a diversified farming, wherein it integrates crop, trees, livestock farming, allowing optimum use of functional biodiversity. Whereas agriculture farming, organic farming, there is a minor difference. Okay, what is that minor difference? नेचुरल फार्मिंग में आपको कोई भी इनपुट्स बाहर से आप नहीं लाए जा सकते नेचुरल फार्मिंग में, ठीक है, जो भी होगा इन हाउस में इनपुट होगा, दैट विल बी यूज्ड. बट इन ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग certainly we can get any input from outside by ensuring that is of organic origin. Okay, so when you say farming system of either natural or organic, generally it is dealt under the our ICR ministry, that is Department of Agriculture and Farming System. But when you talk of product, then it is APEDA, that is Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. One is product, another is farming system. Okay, so what I mean to say is that here at this moment you should not get confused with the natural farming. Okay, just to recapitulate, organic farming में input जो भी होगा, suppose if you take livestock, you can get fodder or concentrate from outside by obtaining the organically produced concentrate or green fodder. But in case of natural farming, that is not allowed. Okay, only for understanding only I gave here, otherwise nothing to do with your syllabus. But at this junction, you have to differentiate between the organic livestock farming and conventional farming. Conventional farming is nothing but a modern farming. Okay, so in case of organic farming, decentralization of resources. Conventional farming में centralization on the limited sources. Decentralization of resources means in case of organic means अगर आपको input organic होने के कारण probably you may have to go very far away to get that particular product. आपको मजबूरी है, बट इन केस कन्वेंशन फॉर्म जहां मिलता है आप वहां से उठा के ला सकते हैं। यूरिया चाहिए आप सोसाइटी से लाइए, दुकान से लाइए, कहीं से भी लाइए। ओके, बट इन केस ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग आपको डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन तो किया है, बट द डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन मीन्स यू हैव टू गेट फ्रॉम द नोन सोर्स। सेंट्रलाइजेशन में क्या है, कहीं भी अपनाओ। ओके, इंडिपेंडेंस फ्रॉम द मॉनेटरी इनपुट्स, कॉस्टली होगा करके आप अवॉइड नहीं कर सकते, कॉस्टली होगा करके आप लोकली नहीं ला सकते, मजबूरी आपको लाने से। डिपेंडेंस ऑन मॉनेटरी इनपुट, अगर आपको यूरिया सोसाइटी में कम रेट में मिल रहा है आप सोसाइटी से कर लीजिए, क्योंकि वहां सब्सिडी मिल रहा है। बट यहां ऐसे नहीं है, आपको पर्टिकुलर नॉन सोर्स से लाना पड़ेगा, नेचुरली कॉस्टली होगा। कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन एंड हेल्थी कॉम्पिटिशन, क्योंकि ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग अकेला आप नहीं कर सकते। एक गांव में 10 लोग मिलकर करना पड़ता है, 4-5 लोग मिलकर इकट्ठा करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि आप जो भी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन करेंगे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इनपुट दोनों मिलके लाएंगे ताकि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट हो कम होगा। जब बेचेंगे इकट्ठे बेचेंगे क्योंकि यील्ड कम रहता है, आपको ज्यादा आसान होगा। बट इन केस ऑफ कन्वेंशनल फार्मिंग इट्स ए कॉम्पिटिशन, here maximum production by individuals, nothing to do with other person, what he does, how he does, it's hardly matter। आपका टारगेट मैक्सिमम प्रोडक्शन का। ओके, हार्मोनी विद द नेचर फॉर सस्टेनेबल प्रोडक्शन, ये डोमिनेंस ऑन द नेचर फॉर द मैक्सिमम, नथिंग टू डू विद द नेचर। मुझे अगर कोई कह दिया कि ये पेस्टिसाइड डाल दो जिसकी वजह से डिसीज नहीं आएगा और आउटपुट यील्ड होगा, तुरंत आप डाल सकते, बट यहां नहीं। जो प्रोड्यूस किया है मे बी मिलके जुलके आपको उस सीड्स को प्रोटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, रखना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, यू मे हैव टू कीप दो सीड्स और एनी प्रोड्यूस फॉर द फ्यूचर ऑल्सो, फॉर द सेक ऑफ योर कम्युनिटी। ओके, सो देयर बाई इकोलॉजिकल डाइवर्सिटी इज मेंटेन्ड, बट यहां मोनोपोली है विद लिमिटेड क्रॉप्स। इट मीन्स दैट अगर मान लीजिए उस एरिया में उस पर्टिकुलर क्रॉप सुटेबल ही नहीं है, बट गिविंग द सुटेबल इनपुट्स यू आर ट्राइंग टू एक्सपेक्ट दैट प्रोडक्ट, क्योंकि कमर्शियल क्रॉप से मतलब है, आपका पैसे से मतलब है, नथिंग टू डू विद द नेचर। ओके, रेस्ट्रेंट एंड टॉलरेंस मींस एक्सप्लॉइटेशन नहीं होगा, यहां एक्सप्लॉइटेशन होगा। सेम थिंग हैज बीन एक्सपेंड विद द कंपोनेंट। ओके, सेम ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग एंड कन्वेंशनल फार्मिंग। Land exhaustion, use of natural resources to improve the soil, here depends on synthetic material. Fertilizers only organizers, here synthetic materials is used. Nutrient quality, healthy and nutritive production, here significant amount of nutrient quality in produce, क्योंकि आप एक ही क्रॉप मोनोक्रॉप ऑफ क्रॉप एक बार बार आप लगातार करेंगे, सो नेचुरली उस पर्टिकुलर साइल में एक पर्टिकुलर न्यूट्रिएंट लगातार एग्जॉस्ट हो जाएगा। सो ड्यू टू विच there is a ignorance about the soil health। ठीक है, whereas in case of organic farming there is a soil health is well taken care for the sustainable production। इसलिए आजकल देखा होगा soil health कार्ड भी कहते हैं, बहुत लोग जानते ही नहीं है अपने soil में what are the micro and macro nutrients। तो एक बार soil चेकअप करेंगे then you will get an idea that your land is acidic or alkaline। ठीक है, आपको gypsum डालना है, आपको lime डालना है, you should put whether DAP or urea, so that depends upon the your soil health। Okay, but in case of organic farming mostly the maintained sustainability is there with respect to soil health, whereas in case of conventional farming it is nothing to do with that। Impact on the environment, of course harmony with ecology, with the time here repeated use of the continuous synthetic fertilizer, there is a pollution in the groundwater, there is a pollution in the soil, okay, there is a pollution in the environment। Health safety, naturally whatever the produce we get, they are always detrimental to health in case of commercial farming। Farming methods mixed, here focused on the crop production। When you say organic farming, most of the product or produce or a crop which you are going to grow, first they are required for in-house use, मीन्स जो क्रॉप आप प्रोड्यूस करेंगे पहले अपने लिए करेंगे। सो फॉर दैट मैटर इट कैन बी ए व्हीट, इट कैन बी ए राइस, इट कैन बी ए व्हाट यू कैन से रागी, इट कैन बी ए जोर, एनी क्रॉप्स व्हिच आर फर्स्ट एंड प्रिंसिपल ingredient which is required for your cooking of food। बट कन्वेंशनल फार्मिंग में क्या होगा, यू आर फोकस्ड ऑन ओनली द मॉनेटरी बेनिफिट। So nowadays what you are going, we are going for sugarcane, we are going for cotton, we are going for so many commercial products। हो सकता है वो आपको बेच के फिर आपको वेट खरीदना पड़ेगा, राइस खरीदना पड़ेगा. नथिंग टू डू विथ योर इमीडिएट यूज. योर मोस्टली aim is to get money first, then to think about your own products. But in case of organic farming, it's not so. Lifestyle of the organic farming owners, it's more of sustainability, year short-sightedness. Okay. So now let us discuss about the Indian scenario with respect to organic farming. As I told you, organic farming is not new to India. कोई ऐसे नया चीज नहीं है. जो हमारा ट्रेडिशन सिस्टम वो भी ऑर्गेनिक, बट उसको कोई टर्मिनोलॉजी दिया नहीं था हम लोग. और दूसरी बात यह है कि वहां लूजली वी ट्राई टू प्रोड्यूस द प्रोडक्ट ऑर्गेनिकली. आप वहां भले कम सिंथेटिक फर्टिलाइजर डालेंगे, ठीक, कभी कभी नहीं डालेंगे, बट कोई कंट्रोल नहीं रहता. बट व्हेन यू से ऑर्गेनिक farming system, then you have to compulsorily you have to follow the rules and regulations. That's the only difference. Okay. So in Indian scenario, already resources are very less. The farmers are resource constrained situation. So with this, if you ask them to go for this type of agriculture farming, it's very, very difficult. In many ways, they are very close to organic farming system. Okay. But एक सिस्टमेटिक नॉलेज ना होने के कारण उसका एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं हो पा रहा है. बहुत सारे स्टेट्स जैसे भाई बताया कि बाय डिफॉल्ट नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स दे आर ऑलरेडी प्रोड्यूसिंग ऑर्गेनिक, बट ओनली थिंग इज दैट देयर आर नो रिकॉर्ड्स ड्यू टू व्हिच यू आर नॉट एबल टू क्लेम दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोड्यूस इज ए ऑर्गेनिक. Nevertheless, developing countries are becoming more important supplier for the organic foods, since organic practices tend to suit the condition under which their producers farm, especially in case of small orders in the rainy fed areas. जहां रेन डिपेंडेंट है वहां आपको ज्यादा इनपुट देना नहीं पड़ेगा, जिसकी वजह से जो भी यील्ड होगा दैट्स ए नेचुरली प्रोड्यूस्ड प्रोडक्ट. दिस इज एन एडवांटेजेस सिचुएशन. ओके. अकॉर्डिंग टू FIBL, दिस वन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जैसे हम लोग NRC कहते हैं, BA स्टैंडर्ड कहते हैं, वैसे FIBL, which is nothing but the Research Institute of Organic Agriculture, which gives data related to organic farming system. इसलिए तो बहुत बार रेफरेंस ये आएगा FIBL, just I have taken here also. So according to FIBL, India holds a unique position among 187 countries practicing agriculture, organic agriculture. Okay, so we are one among 187 countries, and India is home for 30% of the total organic producers in the world. Okay, which is having 2.3 million hectare land. In India only, we have 41,000 hectare of area is been converted to organic farming, which is 0.03% of cultivated area. कहने का मतलब ये है, जो भी हमारा कन्वेंशनल फार्मिंग से फिर ग्रेजुअली वी आर स्पेयरिंग और वी आर डेडिकेटिंग लिटिल बिट ऑफ लैंड, ओके, आउट ऑफ आवर कल्टिवेबल लैंड फॉर द ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग. ओके. दिस ऑर्गेनिक कल्टिवेशन एरिया, if you take that overall, so there are 27 lakhs farmers are there, out of which 11 lakhs are PGS and 15 lakhs are Indian organic. This is in India also, the government of India through this our ministry and as well as APEDA, it has created different organizations. One is this PGS, participatory guarantee system for Indians for agriculture, organic agriculture produce. So they have recognized out of 27 जो organic farmers कहते हैं, they belong to this particular group. जो उनका participatory approach है, छोटे छोटे लोग गांव में small farmers मिल के एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन किया, that is PGS. तो वहां इंडिविजुअल नहीं है, जो भी होगा वो PGS के थ्रू होगा, प्रोड्यूस भी इकट्ठा होगा, बेचेंगे भी इकट्ठा, सर्टिफिकेशन भी इकट्ठा होगा. Similarly, there is another organization, that is India Organic. There is another organization which will also does the same job but through company, through outsourcing through company. ठीक है, हम बड़ा फार्मर है बट हम खुद करना नहीं चाहते. वी आर गोइंग टू गिव सम अमाउंट टू अनदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, थर्ड पार्टी, which will take care of all certification and selling of these products. Okay, so out of this 27 lakhs, 1703 are the processors. ठीक है, प्रोडक्ट लेके उसको ब्रांड बनाएंगे, प्रोसेसिंग करके, पैकेजिंग करके. ठीक है, और 45 ओनर्स जो होंगे, ऑर्गेनिक फार्मर्स होंगे, दे आर द ट्रेडर्स, मतलब एक्सक्लूसिवली दे आर इन्वॉल्व इन द एक्सपोर्ट्स. ठीक है, दिस इज द सिनेरियो ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग in India. Okay, a major relative increase of organic agriculture land was noted only through recent years. बहुत पहले से नहीं. Okay, as I told in the beginning, organic farming कोई नया चीज नहीं है, बट फिर भी एक कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ मॉडर्न ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग उस कंटेस्ट में स्टिल वी आर न्यू. इसलिए नए हैं क्योंकि जितना भी यूरोपियन कंट्रीज है वहां ऑलरेडी दे आर वेरी मच कॉशियस अबाउट द एनवायरमेंट ऑलरेडी सिंस लॉन्ग टाइम. भले दे डिड नॉट टॉक इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, बट कम ही पेस्टिसाइड्स यूज किया, कम ही इनऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर्स यूज किया, सो उनका प्रोडक्ट भी ऑर्गेनिक ही है. ठीक है, बट since they have got a good documentation, they are taking more advantage than the us. Okay, about 2.3 million hectares of farm. Okay, about 2.3 million hectares of farmland which is under agriculture. Already my previous slide में भी बता दिया था आपको. Just here also I told you India is home for 30% of the total organic producers in the world, contributing 2.3 million hectares of land. Okay, so about 2.3 million hectares of farmland under agriculture cultivation, which is 2% of the world. ये दोनों पॉइंट आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. वन इज वी आर 30% ऑफ द टोटल ऑर्गेनिक प्रोड्यूसर्स इन द वर्ल्ड and we are one among the 187 organic producing countries, and also we are 2% of the total world organic cultivations. Okay, so when it within India, if we take Madhya Pradesh tops in the list, contributing 0.76 million hectare of area under agriculture, organic agriculture, which is over 27% of the Indian total organic cultivation. Okay, so following MP, Rajasthan and Maharashtra also contributing half of the area under agriculture, organic agriculture cultivation. What I mean to say is that 2.3 million hectare of land में उसका मैक्सिमम जो लैंड है मध्य प्रदेश से, फॉलोड बाय राजस्थान और महाराष्ट्र, जो हाफ ऑफ द एरिया में वो कल्टिवेट कर रहा है. ओके, सो टॉप 10 स्टेट्स अकाउंट फॉर द 80% ऑफ द टोटल एरिया अंडर ऑर्गेनिक कल्टिवेशन. सो other than the contribution of the land, if you go with the state wise, in 2016, Sikkim was declared as India's first fully organic. Now many are there, but this was the first state to declare as an organic state. Okay, so as far as information is concerned, for the organic farming in India, the first conference was conducted by Association for the Propagation of Indigenous Genetic Resources in 1984. ठीक है, with respect to scientific forum related to organic livestock farming or organic agriculture farming. Okay, so from government side, as I told you, there are two ministries are involved. One is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, that is ICR. Another is APEDA, which is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Okay, so under this APEDA, they launched one program that is called National Program on Organic Production, NPOP. इसको और डिटेल में हम डिस्कस करेंगे बाद में. As of now, this NPOP tells many of the SOPs, Standard Operating Procedure. अगर आपका मिल्क, ऑर्गेनिक मिल्क यदि कंसिडर करना है, आपको क्या क्या करना चाहिए, वो सब कुछ एनपीओपी में गाइडलाइन से उसी के हिसाब से आपको करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, सो देयर they discuss about the crop, they discuss about the milk, they discuss about the fruit, like that. For each and every produce which is in demand, okay, they tell the SOPs, which started in 2000. Okay, so this NPOP provides an instructional mechanism for the implementation of national standards for the organic production. Okay, and which is in harmony with the IFOM and Codex. दोनों के बारे में जिक्र किया मैं शुरुआत में. यदि अगर आपको प्रोडक्ट इंडिया में बेचना है, then you will follow NPOP. Indirectly, it also meets the minimum standards of Codex as well as IFOM, so that your product can be exported. Your product can be exported. Okay. As I told you, our own ministry, that is Department of Agriculture and Farmer Minister, will also talks about the organic farming. But यहाँ क्या है, farming and farmers contest में बात करेंगे. But अपेडा जो होगा, that talks with respect to product. ठीक है, मुझे ये प्रोडक्ट चाहिए तो ये आपको फॉलो करना. बट यहां मिनिस्ट्री में क्या ना, आपको मेथड ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, अगर आपको एक सिक्किम स्टेट में कोई भी एक प्रोड्यूस अगर करना है, गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से यदि करना है तो आपको यू शुड अवॉइड सिंथेटिक फर्टिलाइजर, वो कह देते छोड़ देते। बट सिंथेटिक फर्टिलाइजर के जगह में क्या क्या ऐड किया जा सकता है ताकि आपका सॉइल फर्टिलिटी मेंटेन हो जाए, कैसे आपका अच्छा प्रोड्यूस आ जाए, वो सब दिस साइंटिफिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन and this ministry will contribute. Okay, how it is contributing, just we'll go to discuss. So this ministry launched organic value chain development for Northeast first. Okay, and also it encouraged the farmers by launching PKVY, Parampargat Krishi Vikas Yojana, means Inherital Krishi Vikas Yojana. जो आप करते आ रहे उसी को उन्होंने कॉन्सेप्ट देके दे स्टार्टेड इन 2015 टू एनकरेज द केमिकल फ्री फार्मिंग which have aided the farmers in adopting organic farming practice and increasing the remuneration due to the premium price. क्योंकि आप लोग जो कर रहे हैं तो एक तरह से ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग है, and what you produce you should get little more price, and for which this ministry helped. So now what we discussed about the Indian scenario. Now let us see about the global scenario. Okay, what is going on around the world? So as I told you, organic farming is practiced in 187 countries, involving 72.3 million hectares of agricultural land. Okay, the most organic agricultural land was found in Australia. अभी फ्रांस है, पहले ऑस्ट्रेलिया माना जाता था, but now it is a France. इसलिए IFOM was also formed by the France only, and headquarters is also at France only, followed by Argentina and Spain. The global sale of organic food and drinks reached more than 106 billion euros in 2019. And as per the FIBL survey, organic agriculture is worldwide, and organic farm land is increasing day by day, almost to the extent of 1.1 million hectare. क्योंकि डिमांड ज्यादा है, जो कन्वेंशनल एग्रीकल्चर का लैंड को वो लोग ऑर्गेनिक एग्रीकल्चर लैंड कन्वर्ट किया जा रहा है, बिकॉज देयर इज कन्वर्शन पीरियड. आप लाइफ स्टॉक में भी है, एग्रीकल्चर में भी है, देयर इज ए कन्वर्शन पीरियड. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन कॉल दैट इन कन्वेंशनल एग्रीकल्चर जो लैंड होगा आप ऑर्गेनिक एग्रीकल्चर लैंड के लिए कन्वर्ट किया जा सकता है. ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस लैंड डेडिकेशन टू द एग्रीकल्चर, दे आल्सो डेडिकेटेड सम ऑर्गेनिक एक्टिविटीज. कैसे? सपोज हियर ओनली इफ यू टेक एन इंडियन एग्जांपल, जो फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस होता है, जो नॉन टिम्बर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस कहते हैं, नॉन टिम्बर NTFT कहते हैं, नॉन टिम्बर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर, क्योंकि आप पेड़ नहीं काट सकते, बट फॉरेस्ट के अंदर जो बी कीपिंग होगा, ठीक है, जो भी नेचुरल पेपर होगा, नेचुरल बार्क होगा, नेचुरल प्रोड्यूस होगा, जो भी होगा, क्योंकि उसमें कोई सिंथेटिक चीज यूज ही नहीं किया है, तो उसको हाईली प्रीमियम प्राइस देने से जो लोग कर रहे हैं उसको और मोटिवेट करते हैं. दैट्स कॉल्ड ऑर्गेनिक एक्टिविटीज. ओके, फर्दर नॉन एग्रीकल्चर एरियाज इंक्लूड एक्वाकल्चर, फॉरेस्ट एंड ग्रेजिंग एरिया. दे आल्सो इंक्रीज्ड, क्योंकि अगर आपको एग्रीकल्चर के साथ साथ लाइफस्टॉक करना है, पहले तो आपको नेचुरली ग्रोन फॉडर भी चाहिए, क्योंकि नेचुरली ग्रोन फॉडर मीन्स आपको जहां सिंथेटिक फर्टिलाइजर यूज नहीं किया, कोई पेस्टिसाइड्स यूज नहीं किया. ठीक है, वो बाद में आएंगे जब SOP आएगा. सो इट स्टेट्स दैट you can procure or purchase some part of fodder from outside, but that should have been from the naturally occurring grassland. ठीक है, तो इसलिए यहां भी कुछ लैंड वो लोग नेचुरल ग्रासलैंड के लिए डेडिकेट कर दिया. ऑल ऑर्गेनिक एरियाज टुगेदर सम अप टू 107.4 million hectares. The global sale of organic food and drinks reached to, this is all values only, nothing to worry. The 40% of the world's organic producers are from Asia, including India, followed by Africa and Latin America. And in Latin America, mainly from the Brazil and Argentina. Okay, they not only produce organic beef, but also export to the European countries and USA. This development has been greatly facilitated by sustained intervention and support of importing countries in the north. Okay, so this is at the global scenario. If you take at the global level countries, like in the beginning I told you, it was the first country was Australia, followed by France, but now France stands top in the 10 countries in the world. Although it's old data, I think more or less it's same. Okay, followed by Uruguay, Argentina, Vietnam, Spain, India also is there, Germany, and other countries. So when it comes to certified organic area, वन इज डेडिकेशन, आप अपनी लेवल में आप कह रहे हैं कि दिस लैंड इज डेडिकेटेड फॉर ऑर्गेनिक एग्रीकल्चर, बट सर्टिफाइड इफ यू टेक, सो ओनली द लिमिटेड लैंड, ओके, जितना हम लोग हेक्टेयर्स ऑफ लैंड बताया उतना नहीं होगा। सर्टिफाइड वाला बात आएंगे तो उसमें ऑलमोस्ट ऑल कंट्रीज आर स्मॉल contribution only except Australia. So this is about organic farming at Indian level and at global level. Okay. So now let us differentiate between organic crop versus livestock product. जो भी अभी तक बात की इट्स इन जनरल बात किया, वेरी स्पेसिफिकली पिन पॉइंटली लाइवस्टॉक के बारे में कई जिक्र नहीं किया। सो जस्ट वन स्लाइड विल डेडिकेटेड लाइवस्टॉक प्रोडक्ट्स। कहां डिफरेंस है? Across the world, rapid advances have been taken place in the production and trade of organic cereals, horticulture, textile, but not the livestock. कहने का मतलब है जितना भी हमने इसको ग्लोबल लेवल में ये वो सब बताया, मोस्टली रिलेटेड टू एग्रीकल्चर एंड हॉर्टिकल्चर, नॉट द लाइवस्टॉक. ओके, however, organic livestock poultry system are not developed, but are in the process. Yet animal products are still a small share of the organic market compared to the fruit, cereals and herbs in terms of export, and which is negligible from the developing country. अगर होगा भी तो developing country से ना के बराबर है. What few developments in the livestock have taken place mostly in the temperate climates, means European countries में जो भी आपको लग रहा है livestock में थोड़ा बहुत organic livestock production के बारे में, that is in the European countries, but not again in the Asian countries. Okay. Although tropical countries are now producing and exporting organic agriculture products in ever increasing quantities, only negligible development has been taken place in the livestock production, particularly in the tropical climate. Okay, and this could be due to limited export prospects for the organic livestock products due to quality control. We have so many trade barriers. जितना एग्रीकल्चर के लिए लिबर्टी उससे से ज्यादा एनिमल्स के लिए, बिकॉज एनिमल्स आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन एग्रीकल्चर. एक वहां क्या उनका एक चेक पॉइंट है, बट हमारे दो चेक पॉइंट है. एक तो आपका इनपुट जो होगा कॉन्सेंट्रेट, अगर बात आएंगे तो उसके अंदर जो भी ग्रेन्स होंगे फर्स्ट दे हैव टू बी सर्टिफाइड, बाद में फॉर्डर भी सर्टिफाइड होगा, हे भी सर्टिफाइड होगा, आपका फार्मिंग सिस्टम सर्टिफाइड होगा, बाद में प्रोडक्ट आएगा. ठीक है ना? सो दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज ए स्टिल yet to go lot of things in the organic livestock farming. Okay.